Breaking news to bring you now. We're just hearing that President Trump has determined and dictated that Nigeria is to be made a country of particular concern. This is a Truth Social post that the president has...
My people, the news flying around now is shaking the table seriously. Everywhere you turn, it's about Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB leader, and talk that his court trial victory has been sealed, while the American president has finally sanctioned Nigeria. People are shouting, "It's game over." But let's calm down and look at this matter well, because what is going on behind the scene is deeper than what we see on the surface. You know, this Nnamdi Kanu story has been dragging for years, from the time he started calling for Biafra to when the government tagged IPOB as a banned group, and later when he was taken from Kenya back to Nigeria. The story has always been full of drama. Many people believe he was abducted unfairly. Some say he jumped bail. Others say he was fighting for freedom. But what we can all agree on is that his trial has gone through so many turns that even the court itself looks tired sometimes. Recently, Kanu refused to defend himself in court. Yes, he told the judge straight that there's no valid charge against him, that under Nigerian law, the case has no legal foundation. The man stood his ground. He said he won't defend what doesn't exist. And you know what? That statement alone caused a serious buzz across social media. People were saying, "This man don't talk and finish. If truly there is no valid case, why keep him this long?" Others felt he was trying to play smart with the legal system. Now, the court later asked him to submit a written statement instead. But another twist came in. His legal team said they don't even have full access to his case files because of internal issues with his former lawyers. Imagine that. How can someone prepare defense when his documents are not even complete? So now, the court has adjourned again, and Nigerians are watching closely to see what will happen next. Now let's talk about that part of the headline that says, "The American president finally sanctioned Nigeria." This is where the matter gets interesting. The truth is, the United States government has officially called Nigeria a country of particular concern. That means they are not happy with how some things are happening, especially around human rights and religious freedom. This move is not small. It is a strong diplomatic statement. Now, from this declaration, there are whispers that sanctions might follow. It's not full-blown sanctions yet, but that label alone is like a warning letter saying, "Nigeria, we are watching you closely." Some groups in America, especially those made up of Nigerians living abroad, are pushing for more serious actions. They say Nigerian officials who have allegedly violated human rights should be punished under the Global Magnitsky Act. That act allows the US to freeze assets, ban visas, and restrict financial access of anyone accused of abusing power. Some names have even been mentioned: judges, politicians, and top government figures who they believe played a role in keeping Kanu locked up unfairly. These petitions are serious because once the US president signs off, the impact will be felt immediately. But right now, no official sanction list has been released. So it's not yet confirmed that the US has punished Nigeria as a country. But you know, Nigerians, once they hear America sanctions Nigeria, everywhere starts shaking. Some people are already celebrating like Kanu's freedom is around the corner. Others are worried that if sanctions truly come, it could affect the economy. Remember what happened when countries like Iran and Venezuela faced sanctions. Their money dropped, businesses suffered, even regular citizens felt the heat. So if America really goes ahead, it might affect not just the leaders, but everyday Nigerians too. Now, some people are saying this is what Nigeria needs: pressure from outside. Others are saying, why should a foreign country interfere in our internal matter? It's a serious debate. One side sees hope, the other side sees danger. The truth is, if America actually goes beyond words and imposes sanctions, Nigeria will have no choice but to adjust some of its policies. It could force the government to handle Kanu's case more transparently, but it could also make the government defensive, feeling attacked. At the same time, Kanu's supporters are not slowing down. Across social media, you can see the hashtags Shast Free Nnamdi Kanu now, Shast Justice for Kanu, Shast Biafra Matters, all trending again. People are organizing rallies both in Nigeria and abroad. Videos are circulating of peaceful marches where people hold his pictures, demanding that he be released immediately. They say enough is enough. Now, let's not forget that this is happening at a time when Nigeria's economy is struggling, fuel prices are high, and people are frustrated. So any little spark can catch fire fast. That's why many political analysts are saying that the government must handle this matter carefully. If it's not managed well, it could escalate. And that's what brings us back to this headline, Kanu's trial victory sealed. In reality, no court has yet announced his victory. The trial is ongoing. But the reason people are calling it sealed is because of the way international attention is now focusing on it. The combination of the US warning, global petitions, and growing local support is giving Kanu a moral victory, even if the legal one has not yet come. Many Nigerians in the southeast are feeling a bit more hopeful now. They believe that the world is beginning to listen. You can't really blame them. For years, they've been shouting about injustice. And now that an international power like America is paying attention, it feels like validation. But again, we have to wait and see if this attention will bring a real change or just talk. Remember to like this video if you're following the gist. Your like helps this channel grow. And it also tells YouTube to show this news to more Nigerians who care about what's happening. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you'll be the first to get updates anytime there's a new twist in this story. Now, some lawmakers in Nigeria are already reacting. They're saying America is being unfair and that the reports about persecution are exaggerated. They argue that Nigeria's problems are complex, involving poverty, insecurity, and political manipulation, not just religious issues. But those defending Kanu are saying, wait, if there's nothing to hide, why fear investigation? So it's like two sides dragging the same rope from different ends. Meanwhile, diplomatic experts are warning that this new tension could affect Nigeria's foreign relations. You know, the US and Nigeria have long worked together on counterterrorism, trade, and education. If things go south, it could affect military cooperation and even student visas. So this is not a small issue at all. The big question now is, will these developments push Nigeria's leaders to free Nnamdi Kanu? It's hard to say. The government may not want to look like they're bowing to external pressure. But behind closed doors, there's likely to be serious conversation going on. Nobody wants a diplomatic problem with the US, especially when the economy is already under strain. For Kanu's followers, this feels like the light at the end of a long tunnel. But for the government, it's a tricky balancing act between sovereignty and global reputation. That's why this whole story is so charged. It's not just about one man anymore. It's about justice, image, and power. Now, let's also talk about what might happen next. If the United States actually imposes sanctions, for example, banning certain Nigerian officials from traveling or freezing assets abroad, it could change the tone of this case completely. Those affected might push the government to make peace and release Kanu just to cool things down. But if the US stops at just warnings, then things might remain the same for a while longer. Whichever way it goes, one thing is clear. This case has gone global. From the streets of Aba and Enugu to Washington, D.C. and London. Everyone is talking about it, and that means the pressure will keep building. So, to everyone watching right now, what do you think? Do you believe this is the beginning of Kanu's final freedom? Or do you think it's just another round of political play? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I really want to know how you see this matter. And please, if you've not liked this video yet, kindly press that like button now. It helps us grow and reach more people who care about Nigeria's future. In conclusion, my people, what we are seeing now is like a movie that's entering the final scene, but the ending is still not written. Kanu's lawyers are regrouping, international voices are rising, and the US is signaling a warning. Whether this will lead to actual sanctions or not, one thing is sure. Nigeria is under watch, and the world is paying attention. So stay tuned because in the coming days and weeks, more things will unfold. And you know I'll be here to break it down for you in simple English, so everyone can understand what's really going on. Don't go anywhere without subscribing, because the next update on this case might just change everything. Once again, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and thank you for always supporting. Please like this video right now if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends so that more people will know what's happening.